Good evening, BSTV fans, and welcome to the GT4 TCR Challenge. This is Season 9, and it's the second race of this season. So you've not missed much if this is the first race that you're watching of this season. I am Pete Bingham. I'm in the booth today with the newly knighted by iRacing, Sir Alan Toon. Good evening, Sir Alan.
Good evening, Pete. Good evening, everybody.
And on the cameras and doing all the technical stuff that keeps us looking super professional is Sam Boozen. Good evening, Sam.
Good evening, everybody.
We are at Watkins Glen, and this is quite a long track for these cars. What were you saying it was, Sir Alan? It was 3-point-something miles, wasn't it?
Yes, loads of them.
Loads and loads of miles.
3.5 miles, 3.45 to be specific, but 3.5 miles.
Good grief.
I know.
Yeah, I'd be tired just after one lap, that is. So, it's always a good track to come to this. It's one of the staple tracks that everybody visits at some point in their iRacing career, many times. Lots and lots of rookie activity on this track. We've got a decent field for both classes tonight, Alan. We've got good numbers in both cars, 10 TCRs and 12 GT4s, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's looking very nice, isn't it? A nice, well-balanced field there. It looks great.
And we've got everybody's new paints, which we'll step through as we go, because I did watch the broadcast last week. I was sat in the interview room in case you needed an expert. But he didn't pull me in, which I was a bit upset about. But anyway, so let's talk about what happened last time out. It's the only one we've got to talk about. So in GT4, Simon Trendle won, and he did so with a degree of style. Dominic Sawicki stayed with him for most of the race, and there was a big jump back to Wobbly because he was a victim of the pit lane resetting of the pit criteria, wasn't he? A few of them succumbed to it at Twin Ring.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, where the pit lane entry was so tight that for some reason in iRacing it reset everybody's selections. So those that didn't notice or weren't told ended up taking on tyres and fuel. It's we'll have to see that everybody doesn't have that at Watkins. Hopefully it's just a thing for Twin Ring. I'm sure it is. And then who have we got? We got Rob Venn in 4th and Jamie Wilson in 5th up to this point. That's your top 5 for GT4. It was quite an exciting race for the first half last time out, wasn't it, Alan?
Yeah, it was really. You don't know what's going to happen. We didn't. It was, the track was. We didn't know how that was going to behave. Actually, the Twin Ring. I was interested to see because it's all straights and braking, so it kept the field together, and it was interesting earlier. This is another really inviting track for people. They will know it well and be pushing hard.
Yeah, we'll do a lap on board with somebody in a minute, and then we'll entertain the viewers with what I don't know about Watkins Glen. And then in TCR, we have Sam Blees at the top of the table. There was a bit of goings on there with tyres. He ended up changing one tyre because of what happened there. And then Spencer McCarthy, I don't know what happened to him last time. He may have changed all tyres or something like that. But he came second. But he's only 1 point behind because of the way that the incidents come off your score. So Sam is on 75. Spencer's on 74. Matt Elmore is on 63, so 9 points behind second place. Then Carl Hardy, who must have a nosebleed being in 4th. And then Russell Cowell in 5th. Any surprises in there for you, Alan?
Not really, no. That's pretty much... it's nice to see Carl ranking up 4th there, and in front of Russell, which surprises me a little bit.
Yeah, the OP car's not working for Russell this season yet, is it? Maybe he's just got to get it all wired up and stuff. So we'll try and find somebody who's likely to finish a lap and jump on board with them, and then I'll scream over the noise of the engine and Alan can tell me where I'm wrong.
Choose carefully, my friend.
Yeah. Let's see if Shane's going to stay on a lap. He can be quite handy. He's back with us from last season. I don't know whether he was dubious as to whether he was participating like somehow. Because of the balance of power, people have unilaterally chosen the Elantra in the TCR, with the exception of JB Dejoux, who has stayed faithful to the Audi. Let's see if Shane carries on. So if we can go on board with Shane, we're getting towards the end of the lap. Here we are. This is the roll cage cam, I think. Or gyro, sorry. So we're in the penultimate corner. Mostly flat when you've got good tyres and they're up to temperature. Drop a gear for the last turn, which is this one, and get on the gas as soon as you can. There shouldn't be any transition between brake and gas. As we go past the pit lane, straight, the start-finish straight, and then you're braking at the 200 mark, or 250. Get as much of this curve as you can now, because there's an off-tracks out there, which Alan will know all about, because he did GT3s around here for 6 hours the other weekend. Flat up this hill, a lift here, potentially, if you've not got red hot tyres. But Shane seems good up through there. And then it's all gas all the way down here. This is the slipstream point and the area of greatest opportunity for snatching a dive. 300, get on the brake a little bit just to level the car up. Stay close to all the insides and all the curbs to get into the carousel here with no slide. That was pretty good from Shane. Doesn't mean it was fast, just means it was clean. And that's what you want for qualifying. On the gas and pile it into, I've forgotten what this one's called now.
Loopy bit.
Yeah, loopy bit. We'll do that. Then we head towards the toe of the boot. Oh, the chute. That's what the term before us is called. This is the chute. Second gear in most cars. It'll be third gear in this car. Hold that inside. Not quite as tight as Shane there. Get on the gas as soon as you can. Run it a little bit wide onto that tiny little sliver of tarmac that sits on the outside there. And then up and over the hill as Stephen Walker shouts, "I hate this track," through the in-game comms. Into the heel of the boot. You can go really wide there now. Shane's not making enough of the track there. Onto the brakes to drop down to probably third gear. He's dropped to second to turn the car. On the gas, floor it towards the penultimate turn where we picked up the lap previously. What did I get wrong there, Alan? Anything?
Two slightly iffy gear changes, but nothing really. I would have said that your second round that loopy bit up the hill. But
and then,
apart from that, that was pretty. I'm very impressed, Pete. To be honest, it was a very succinct and good run through.
Thank you very much. Right, here's another driver who's back with us, or rather new to this series, but he's been in BSTV many times before, but in the V8. This is Jarek Sebula, and he's decided to join in the much unloved BMW GT4, knowing that it's not the most competitive car. So he's given himself a challenge. Drives V8s normally, so he's very experienced at cars that want to murder you. You'll see that most of the lines of the BMW will be a lot shallower than the TCR will. So he'll be a more direct line through here. Gary knows exactly what he's doing with these cars, which means I've just cursed him into a crash. So holding the inside much more than the TCR, won't run it quite as wide as the TCR did. He'll be on the brakes earlier into each of the corners because of the weight transfer of a GT4. And then he'll be on the gas earlier as a result. So cornering speeds are slower-ish in the GT4, but the straight line speeds are immense compared to the TCR. And you'll see that it's more of a smooth, straighten the car up a bit more before you get on the gas kind of vehicle. Alan does a lot of GT3 driving. Do you do any GT4 driving, Alan?
No, not currently, and it's a rare thing for me to be in a GT4.
Right,
the occasional Enduro.
Okay, and then you saw Jarek go a lot wider in the heel than Shane did in the TCR. There's no off-track out there now. There used to be grass there as well, which used to kill you. He's very wide there. I don't think he'll have picked up a 1X though, so this will be a legit lap. A lot wider on the exit of the last turn, which is okay. and now he's got a bit of a toe for his next lap, that was a pretty clean lap from Yarrick. I don't know where it's third.
Yeah,
That's good.
It's a very good driver, and he's a very nice man as well.
Sorry, check my eyeballs, Alan.
Where's your eyeballs? Hold on.
He crossed the line first.
Really?
Yarrick Sebula in his...
Oh, hey!
What a lap!
Fantastic lap! Oh, man, we were watching it. Well done, Yarrick.
Nice work.
Fun. No, I like that. It's a regular visit to my page. I'm honoured that he comes and visits my page. There's not so many of these people. I'd like to make some more friends with this lot and get them into my clutches.
Yeah, you mean your Facebook page, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I'm on there. I read your stuff. Everybody who's on the chat, that's Marco Namela and Jan Van Gogh, you need to go on Facebook and sign up for Sir Alan's Facebook page.
Yes, well, you're all in there.
Yeah. That is evening to Marco and to Jan Van Gogh. Let me know who you're shouting for. Ian is King 1-2 for Poland, apparently. So that's an odd message to get, but never mind. So Dominic Sawicki, first time out in this car, last time with us at least, and got himself a second place. Currently, provisionally second. Stephen Walker, our champion from TCR last season. New to the GT4, new to the Mercedes like everybody else is really, because it's the brand new GT4. Have you driven it yet, Alan?
I have, and nice car. It reminds me, my favourite car is the Evo. I love that, to drive that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and this one's it's not a million miles away, and it's got a very nice feel around the corners. Yeah.
I love the sound of it.
Oh, it sounds immense, but yeah, it was much more fun to drive than I thought it would be. So yeah, I was impressed. Is it
an easy one to control, or is it tail
happy? Well, it must be,
or...
because I could get it round this track.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much, you don't get a better dispensation than that. No. I had a great time driving around at Spa where we're practicing, and it was a lot of fun.
Jan Van Gogh has said that he's wobbly all the way, of course, is his selection for the evening. Wobbly only came third last time, which is unusual for him. So that's Fiona, Summer Farm Estates on the chat. Good evening. And she says good evening to you, Alan. So
good evening, Freddie.
Yeah. Here we go. Matt Elmore on screen at the moment. Is he third in the championship? I can't remember what I said earlier now. Yes, he is. Yeah.
Yes, he is.
I wasn't making it up in my own brain. It's fine.
And it's still nice and close. Only 2 rounds gone, but it's a lot. I hope they stay close all season. It'd be great if we have another Titanic struggle at the end like we did last season.
Yeah, it was dramatic. It was good. We've not got much of this qualifying session left now, so people will be finishing their racing laps, given that it's a 3.5 mile lap, and we've only got a minute or so to go. They're going to be, if they've not got the fuel for another couple of laps, then they'll be bailing out and heading to the pits, as many of them have done. Your top 3 in each, provisionally at the minute, are Wobbly has taken the top of the GT4s just to annoy the hell out of me. Yarrick is provisionally second, and Dominic Sawicki is provisionally third. Wobbly and Dominic are on track. And in TCR, Sam Blees is your provisional pole man. There he is. Resplendent in the Elantra, which they're all driving apart from JB, as I mentioned earlier. Then Matt Elmore is currently in provisional second with Russ Cowell. We're racing! In third place provisionally at the moment. Carl Hardy just outside the top 3. Marco Namela, you're not funny. Take your humour somewhere else. He says, I think the winner is the one that crosses the line first. Thank you for those words of not wisdom.
Good to see Andy on the track and joining us tonight. He's at work and had an iffy internet connection yesterday. Last night. So he's at Bexhill in a hotel, racing on his mobile rig. This is how keen this guy is. He carts a rig around and to join us.
That's dedication, isn't it?
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, it's a really tidy rig. It's a lot better than most people have got in their living room, to be honest. Yeah, it's a belter. But it depends on hotel internet, and sometimes it's great, and sometimes it gives him nightmares.
Right, okay. We're going to do a pit stop in both classes. Pit stops are a little bit easier here than at Motegi for a start. But I've seen people get caught out with pit lane speeding. So we should watch out for anybody doing that. We've had a few races in the past where people have run out of fuel. Myself and Gary Craig mopped up one year when virtually everybody in the field ran out of fuel, and we finished second and third, or third and fourth, or something.
I seem to remember that.
Yeah, it was a great day. Funny stuff.
Awesome.
So I think we're pretty much clear of all cars now. Yeah, only a few seconds to go. I am going to quickly switch to Sam's stream because my YouTube has gone very fuzzy. Right, so your pole man for GT4 is Wobbly Kneecaps for BSTV Esports Pink. Yarrick Sabula will go off second for Semper Racing. Dominic Sawicki goes off third for Fiercely Forward. Stephen Walker goes off fourth for Spectre 6. Stefan Goebel goes off fifth for VTS Esports. Simon Trendle off sixth for Team Chimera. Seventh will be Chris Needham for RWC Red. Arnaud Chenonnier will go off eighth for RWC Racing Red as well. Jamie Wilson goes off ninth, Team Chimera. 10th will be Roger Morton for Work Guard by Result. Ollie Ricks will go off 11th for Result Clothing. And Jason Haddington will go off 12th for RWC Racing Blue. And then TCRs. Sam Blees heads these guys away for Alpine Stars Geodesic. Matt Elmore goes off second for Spectre 6 TCR. Carl Hardy off third for Safeguard by Result. Russell Cowell off fourth for Spectre 6 TCR. Fifth will be Shane Powell for Spectre 6 Solo. Sixth will be David Ayres for Result Clothing iRacing. Seventh will be Martin Brennan for Safeguard by Result. Matt Flannery will head off eighth for Alpine Stars Geodesic. Ninth will be JB Bijou for LMT Racing. And then 10th, but certainly not last, Andrew Littler in his mate shift rig for Spiro by Result. All good stuff. Okay, so I've just managed to lose my stream and I've lost my SDK, but it's back now. So we do a formation lap just in case anybody's brand new. Mark Inamela says, yeah, I'm not smart. I managed to get a tattoo when I got drunk, but it was funny. What is that tattoo? We need pictures. Definitely. Right, so we're on a rolling lap. Who you want to curse today, Alan?
Well, I'm going with Yarrick because he's a lovely man, and it's great to see him in there and straight at the top end of things. It's a fantastic performance. We had a great performance by Dominic last week as well, doing the same thing. So, wow.
Yeah, I wonder if Yarrick
and
in the know about it. Hey, this is weird, Alan. 2 BMWs heading the field away.
I thought they were supposed to be rubbish.
Yeah. I think we've rewritten the rule book with Wobbly and Yarrick tonight. So, yeah, hopefully Yarrick's on the understanding that if you fuel save, you can stretch it out quite a long way in the GT4. As we wait for the TCRs to come round this corner onto the curb cam, which is in a brilliant place for when they're racing, at least. When we're racing! For when Russ Cowell gets round here. It's quite a long and drawn-out parade lap, isn't it, Alan? Because this is one of the older tracks that hasn't been remapped fully, and as a result, we've still got a full parade lap.
And it's a 3.5 mile lap, as we've already discussed. So, yes, plenty of time to make a cup of tea and have a sandwich while they're in there. But it's nice to see such a two nice fields there. That's very healthy.
Good and healthy, yeah.
And these cars look great, don't they? These new cars, they've got some weight and some purpose. Yeah,
absolutely. And it's good. You got BMWs, got Mercedes, got Aston Martins, got Porsches. Very healthy setup, to be honest. We've got a representation from each of those. Not the case in this class, is it? But it does mean that we should get some very, very close racing. Andrew Littler needs to catch up to the field.
Come on, Andy. You'll be sick of hearing that. That's what I'm shouting when we're out racing.
Yeah. So the TCRs naturally leave a gap to the TCRs leave a gap to the GT4s, I should say, just in case the GT4s have any incidents. They're usually cleared by the time the TCRs catch them.
It's going to be interesting at the front. We've got new people, and we've got Stephen, who's new in this car. So
yeah.
It's like, we don't know what's going to happen, do we?
Sorry, yeah, Stephen Walker's qualifying. That's brilliant, isn't it?
Exactly. You know, considering he's a TCR driver last season, he's just popped in and he's right up there.
He's going to go in the annoying bracket with Wobbly and some others who are good in every car. So, the pace car will peel off in rather dramatic fashion. It almost like hovers across the track into the pit road. Yarek's really making Wobbly work and a strategy, and they have gone.
No messing about.
Yeah, Wobbly's shot the roost, and Dominic's gone with him.
These guys need to work hard if they're going to keep these three in sight, because I've got a feeling these could actually split the field early if these guys don't wake up and be on the base early.
Yeah, squabbling towards the back will not help them, will it?
No.
Oh, and TCRs have gone now as well. Oh, that's a late break in there. That was a bit of a touch on the back of Carl Hardon.
No damage though by the looks of it.
No, it's helped him. Look at him go. He's got jet-propelled equipment. He's vying for second place here. He's battled out of it, but for the right reasons. I think Matt Elmore nearly took the wall out there. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Bus stop incident. So they'll all be shouting at one another in the TCRs. Bloody GT4s, look at this. Door banging on more. Door banging on more. That's a sideways Elantra. Carl Hardy's got away with that one. That looked like the same result. We're racing. The same result as with the GT4. So David Ayres has stayed at the back to let him through. Must feel some sort of responsibility for something there. We will come back to it, folks, but not just yet. At the minute, we've got within the chaos that none of us know what to talk about next. We've got these three making a bit of a break here, I think. Alan?
Yeah, well, I do think the guys in fourth place and back, they need to watch these top three. They've qualified fastest and they're experienced. Oh, Steph!
That two cars, have they greased the track there? They were unrelated incidents, but both did exactly the same thing. They got whip on when they turned the wheel the other way.
They really went. That was.
Was that Stephen Walker and Stefan?
Oh, it looked like Stephen got a wheel on that curb, didn't he? But,
look at that in the background as well. Who was that?
Free.
That was Ollie, I think. Ollie Ricks.
Oh, Ollie.
One corner.
Early.
Cars equally unreal. Oh, this is lap 2. Lap 2.
That's Jamie. That's Jamie.
Jamie, you're not supposed to be reversing around these corners. Oh no, that was the same one. Oh my god. Here's Ollie's one. So Jamie will have freaked Ollie out, no doubt. He got curb, he didn't get traction, and then he's got wall.
Oh, I hope the cars are okay. That was quite a clout, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a third of the GT4 field out. Here's the TCR one.
Oh.
So 3 into 1 doesn't go at the bus stop. We already know this to be true. Carl then takes the line he should do, I think. And then Russell's on his inside.
Russell was on the grass and didn't have any control. He couldn't determine where he was going, and it looks like David's seen him late and halved up.
I mean, David's stayed back and let him go, but it wasn't David's fault really. He had a Elantra parked sideways in front of him, and we've got a change for the lead in GT4. Dominic Sawicki has said to Wobbly, "I'm not bothered about fuel saving. I'm off." And this is it.
Let's see what Dominic can do, but look at this. As predicted, these three are getting away.
Yeah, talk us through this, Alan. He's popped out.
Well, is he going to go? He's not. I don't think so, not yet. I don't really see any need to change what they're doing at the moment. To me, it would be foolish if they started fighting.
Yeah.
You know, they're gapping the opposition. In fact, look at Dominic. He's...
Dominic...
serious pace. Look at that. He's pulled the gap on Wobbly.
He has. He's legging it now. But Wobbly will be fuel saving, like he always does. Yarek's saying, "I'm not having any of this either."
Yeah, Yarek won't do that. He's a racer to this core, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. He's just going to put his foot in, isn't he? He tried it there. He got a lot of bounce. And now Simon Trendle's on him like white on rice.
Well, Simon will want to be involved in this. He doesn't want to be missing out on this fun. This is his playground up here.
And this is the top 2 in TCR.
And my captain's hanging on. It's nice to see the green still in sight. And he'll be trying his damnedest to stay with these chaps. He really will be trying hard.
Russell Cowell on a recovery drive at the minute. And David Ayres, to be fair, because David's probably got front-end radiator damage.
It looks like it, doesn't it? It's still making good pace.
I can't believe that Russell Cowell ruined David Ayres' radiator.
Well, David's very cool anyway, so he probably doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still going. That's good. It's still got a good pace. So it looks like we're surviving. Andy's doing well.
Pushed it through on the inside of Andrew Littler, who gave him plenty of room, to be fair. Very generous.
By Andy.
Yeah.
You always get that from Andy. He's a real gentleman on the track.
So after Yarek's bouncing through the bus stop, he's got it sorted out again. He's stayed ahead of Simon Trendle. And he's going to try now, I expect, to bridge that gap back to Wobbly, who's now slowly catching Dominic again.
Yes, it's spreading out slightly. Fascinating. This is all on a knife edge, isn't it? You know, this is fractions of tenths between these guys. So you could string the best 3 corners together and it would tighten up instantly. And I think the only thing that's separating them is the occasional not great line or not great bit of braking. We're talking about fractions and it's just opening the gap. But as soon as people start to concentrate again, they're going to close these gaps. And I don't think this is on pace.
No. As Matt Elmore closes in again on Sam Blease, I think. That gap's close. They must be somewhere bus stop related or somewhere like that. Fiona says, and this is a response to the first lap, oil on track. I think that's definitely the case. And then Jan Van Gogh, what is happening? I think chaos was reigning on lap 1, guys. Look at this. Yarek's caught Wobbly very quickly, which probably means that Wobbly is fuel saving, don't you think, Alan?
Well, you know what Wobbly's like, and but you know he's still sizing Dominic up. You know, Dominic's still a bit of an unknown quantity. It was his first race last week, and I don't think he'll be wanting to let him get too far away because I think he's got serious pace of Dominic. Oh,
he's a V8 racer. He raced in V8 ESC quite a few seasons ago now, to be fair. And Wobbly's defending this. He's defending this. I didn't think he would. Thought he'd let him go and just do his fuel saving thing, but he's not doing that.
No. I can't believe he's struggling for pace, so
Now, I don't know that Yarrick and Wobbly have ever raced each other before. And they've all, I mean, Yarrick's been a V8 racer for a long time, like a long time, with us at V8 ESC. I don't think they've ever raced until tonight.
Oh.
I'll probably get corrected by somebody who knows everything better than I do about BSTV.
Well, I don't think it was a bad shout. You're certainly very knowledgeable about the V8, matey, so...
Yeah, done my time in the V8s and never won a race. So looking through your top 5, so you've got Dominic Sawicki in the yellow and black car there, leading GT4. Wobbly is in 2nd place. Yarrick, you can see chasing him in 3rd, and Simon you can see in 4th. And we've got a bit of a jump back, 4 seconds now, to Chris Needham, who heads what you would put in inverted commas as the rest of the field. Then you got gaps all the way through. In TCR, we have Sam Blees leading the way, with Matt Elmore stalking him continuously. Your captain, Alan, is in 3rd, and you can see him in shot. Then you've got a rather large jump. It's a big gap now, 7 seconds, back to Carl's teammate, Martin Brennan. If we can get a camera on Martin Brennan just for a second, just to prove he's in the race. There he is. And behind him, Matt Flannery, which you could just about see in your shot. There he is. And that is your top 5 in both classes. We've got recovering cars from the initial incidents all the way through the field. Shane Powell is in pit road and has been there for an eternity. So we'll have to see what happens with him. That's his first race back, and it's not gone well for him, clearly. Having served a pit stop for damage, we have Stephen Walker, Stefan Goebel, Ollie Richt, and Shane Powell, all the people you'd expect from that Turn 1 series of incidents.
We expect Stephen to be going through the field. Simon's joined the first 3 and made a very solid 4 at the front now, hasn't he? So
yeah,
they're going to be gapping everybody, I think, because this is really the true pace of the GT class. Everyone's going to be struggling to keep up with these guys.
Yeah, and Roger Morton, he's new to the GT4, isn't he? Was racing around with me generally in the TCR last season and prior. He's at the minute going to get a reasonable result, I would think, because he's 4th off bottom in GT4. In the middle of the TCR field at the moment, but he's got a healthy lead over everybody who's already pitted once. They'll have to pit again because they won't have the fuel, so...
Roger's been showing really good form. I'm delighted to say, because he's my wingman and we've raced lots, and he's been there and supported me magnificently many times. So I always want to see him do well. But recently he's really found a bit of pace, and it's really great to see him competing hard and moving up. You know, he really has found a couple of seconds, and he's racing with in a different part of the grid now. Very interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he was moving up in TCR, as was Martin Brennan. I think that just the finishes were missing for the pair of them, to be honest.
Yeah, I think this is a really good swap for them, and it's interesting as well. It's interesting for us to see how these guys get on, and we know they're doing their best, but this is competitive racing.
Yeah, you've got some of the best TCR racers in this league, actually. If you go and look at the last few seasons of, and I mean that's literally multiple seasons of TCR particularly, you'll find that most of the top spots in Division 1, Division 2 are taken up with these guys because they are that good in the car. When you do strength of field races, it's these guys in this race which are in them, with a few others that appear from some of the other leagues that are knocking about. So this is a very, very healthy and highly competitive TCR and GT4 field.
Yes, and when you come here for the first time and you start to race with these, this is where you find your real pace, because you're racing against people who are really very good, and if you can keep up and not get lapped, to not get lapped by these guys, I think is a bit of a result. It would be for me. It used to be. It used to be a result for me not to get taken, not to get lapped by these chaps. So, yeah.
We need to have a little
hello,
replay, if we
doing?
can, of what just happened, because Wobbly went so far wide he nearly had to pay for admission again, and he's not happy with Yarrick for some reason. So Yarrick's gone and cut back. Wobbly's just gone out into a different postcode there, and then Yarrick did a dive. Wobbly tried to turn in when there was a car already there. For me, that really is Wobbly's issue.
Yes, no, Yarrick had that. That was it was well inside, and yeah, way there, sure for me anyway.
Yeah, he was very advanced on Wobbly's car. There was nothing wrong with it.
I just maybe Wobbly didn't see him, and then you get a shock, don't you, if there's somebody on the inside and you haven't actually spotted them coming.
Yeah, hopefully the red mist that will have descended across Wobbly's vision lifts fairly quickly.
Whoa, that's a bit ragged now. Come on,
yeah. This could be a tasty battle until it ends in tears, Alan.
Let's hope not. Let's hope we have a tasty battle with no tears.
What do you think, Sam? Can Wobbly let what he perceives to be a send go? I think Sam's fault. Oops, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I did not catch you were actually talking to me, sorry.
Alright, okay.
No, we all know Wobbly's not knob, so you can do something stupid as always.
Yeah. Let's see what he can...
Wobbly is something stupid in itself, so...
Look at that. Oh, no, don't stop driving. Don't dive, my dear, don't dive.
He looked to repay the favour there, didn't he, Alan? But he didn't have the speed.
He was thinking about it for sure. And if he was a mile an hour faster, he wouldn't have done it, I think.
Yeah.
You know, Pete, I wonder if people actually think we hate each other at BSTV, or if they get that is a joke. But apart from Wobbly, but... You know.
Wobbly, then, yeah. Hopefully by now they do. We all love each other very much, and we wouldn't rib each other as much if we didn't, would we, Alan?
Certainly not, no. We're one big happy family here.
It's all a sign of affection, even if it sounds like it's not. Okay, so Simon will be getting a double toe here. Question is, does he want it?
This is very toe. There's a lot of toe on this circuit, so...
Well, I think that
It does affect the racing, it does.
Yeah. I think Simon's playing a poker game here, Alan. I think he's going to be casually saving us a massive amount of fuel.
I can absolutely guarantee it, I would say.
Yeah, I reckon there's a nice short stop. Oh, hang on. David Ayres has been dropped by the server.
Oh, no.
His internet connection's dropped.
I thought we'd seen the end of that happening.
I had as well. That's terrible.
Poor David.
Yeah, that's not how you want to leave a race ever, obviously. Here we go. There's pressure here now.
Cole's doing a great job. And Martin is doing a great job as well. Look at this.
Yeah.
He's leading the rest of the guys coming up.
I tell you what. Oh no, because Martin's delta, of course, is to Roger Morton, who's making his way through. So these three are really pulling a massive gap on the rest of the field now. Of course, we've got no Spencer McCarthy tonight, who would be part of this front crew here. Gary's not racing this season. He's missing from the pool.
Yes, and a big miss on my part. I missed you, Gary. Love to watch you race.
You never see me.
I do, actually. But not when you can hear me, Pete.
Yeah. So I think Matt Elmore's trying to apply the pressure here. Samblees is a wise racer, very experienced. He's not gonna be that bothered, to be honest, unless there's a proper move made.
He's going to be on flapper at the front is Sam.
Yeah.
And I think Matt will be very happy where he is. He's saving some fuel here because if he's going to get by, it might be in the pits.
So I think we've got at least 4 to 6 laps before we'll see anybody dive into pit road, unless there's an undercut opportunity, but I doubt that there is.
There's a fair gap that's opened up in the GT field. Well, you know, Chris Needham's going to have his work cut out to stay in the tow with these chaps, isn't he? So.
Yeah. Jamie.
And once the tow's gone, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Everyone's taking a nice wide line at the heel. Gary's on the chat, actually. He's told Matt Elmore last night that he had to win because he keeps on top in the practice times. So Matt Flannery having a good look at Martin Brennan. This is on. This is for a really good position. This is 5th. No, 4th. I'm forgetting that Martin Brennan's 4th place.
Yeah, fantastic drive by Martin. Oh, let's hope. Well, I don't know. God.
Cameraman doesn't know where to turn the camera. Too much going on.
Mr. Flannery's got blood in his eye.
Yeah. Simon Trendle stalking his prey. Here we go. This is on. Oh no, it's not, because Sam Blease has got the optimal line. Anthony Jacobson on the chat.
Evening, Anthony.
Why are you not racing?
Good question.
Thought this would be right up his street.
Yeah.
Good to see Carl Comfy in 3rd, he says. Don't know about Comfy. I think he's knocking his pan out, to be honest. Trying to keep on Matt Elmore and Sam Blease, but I do get your point.
And he will be loving it, of course.
Oh, yeah.
He will be loving this.
He's another one, Carl, who's raised now to a different level in this car.
Yes, I think so. I agree with you. To me, he's found a bit of consistency, a little bit of pace, but found a little bit of consistency that's serving him well.
Yeah, that was brilliant from Matt Flannery in turn 1 there. Oh, right, Anthony Jacobson's joined GTCC for Sundays. Excellent news.
Yes, I'm looking forward to watching that. Let me tell you, it's going to be a real fun series, I think.
I think it will. It was very, very popular the first time we ran it. Oh, hang on, Martin Brennan getting a bit carried away into the bus stop there.
A bit by himself now, is Martin, so...
He will be after that one, because you lose a lot of time doing that. Right, here we go. Yarrick and Wobbly. BMW Wars. It's like Star Wars, but just very Germanic and efficient.
Nothing in the laptop, these guys.
No, nothing. They're just on a stamp, aren't they?
And with the tow, I think Dominic's doing well to actually put any kind of a gap into it, and he consistently builds his little gap whenever he gets a chance.
Yeah, this could be messy. They're going in 2 by 2, and
skillful.
They've sorted it out. Very skillful. Simon Trendle is just holding back, thinking, I don't want any part of whatever's coming out of that.
No, and very smart racer, of course. Simon.
Yeah, very mature head on that shoulders, yeah.
And he won't be troubled by the pace either.
He won't, no. I mean, if he was losing any pace in the straights, which the Porsche sometimes can do, he'll be picking it up in the toe, won't he? So
it will.
Yeah.
And it's nippy around the corners, is that Porsche.
So in front there, Dominic is catching one of the GT4 end of the field. Sorry, TCR end of the field. I don't think the red mist is fully lifted for Wobbly, I really don't.
Rich trying to make progress, so who's in front of Dominic there?
I can't, it's a TCR, I think, anyway. I think it's Ollie Riggs.
Right.
Maybe. It is. Oh, I am
Yeah,
the
it's
good, aren't
Ollie.
I? I am
There
good.
you are. That's good. And, Ollie will be with it. He's there, and he'll be doing his best not to hold him up, I'm sure.
I think BTCC will one day end up with hybrid in these cars. A hybrid boost system.
Oh,
I think
goodness.
that could be an interesting dynamic for level in the field when someone like Sam Blease starts to run. Oh, hang on, Matt Elmore is leading the TCRs, and Sam Blease is running wide. Something's not right in the state of Denmark, Alan.
Well,
Maybe that's a bit Shakespearean dramatic.
I wonder if
hang on. And Simon Trendle's got enough space for an articulated truck in front of him, so has he tried something and failed? Or has he been bus stopped? Oh, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just a 1X.
I think he was caught out by the toe. He was so close up to Wobbly that I think he got sucked in by the toe a little bit and missed his brake.
I think you're absolutely right. Now,
you'll now run into some.
So, Matt Elmore nailed it to the inside of that turn there. Doesn't mean that you can't go around the outside here, but Ollie Ricks is in a TCR sandwich now, I think. Is that Ollie Ricks? No, it's not, is it? Who is that? Oh, it's Roger Morton. It's Roger Morton. Willis Roger, literally.
He's, I think that Aston Martin's quite ample.
Driven it.
Yes.
Pretty much all the car content, but I've not driven it yet. So is it a bit of a monster? Is it?
It was described as a battleship. Right. Well, we did an enduro. It's a Nürburgring in it.
Is it like trying to turn a cargo tanker?
It feels like a big substantial car.
Yeah.
Let's say that. It's not the car I would choose to go here and around there, that's for sure.
It looks amazing though, doesn't it? Like all Aston Martins. It's just amazing.
Stunning cars.
So, Roger Morton finally sees the end of the TCR field and sets off after his own field. He's got a little bit of a challenge there, though. He's got 33 seconds to the next car. But you never know what happens. You've got to stay in these races. You can pick up the bones from whatever's going to happen between Yarrick and Wobbly. There's a bit of air between them now as well, which is why we're focused on this battle. I'm not sure Sam Blease is going to be very happy about being in second. Maybe he's going to feel safe for a little bit, don't know.
If Roger can make time on Jamie, he'll be very happy with that.
Yes.
So it's quite interesting for him, because Jamie's a really good driver.
Yeah, Jamie was trying to reverse through the bus stop, if you remember, so that's why he's back where he is.
Yes, so he's kind of out of place, and Roger's racing with somebody who's kind of a bit out of place, really, so
yes,
gives him a chance to actually compare chops.
Yeah. Nothing better than racing behind somebody that's a lot quicker than you, because you can see where they're braking, where they're turning in, where they're getting back on the gas. That one's a more difficult one to get. But you can see the car behaviour, and you can learn a lot from that. I learned a lot from following people around in the V8 about car dynamics and how to, get on the gas carefully rather than just hammering the pedal.
Yes. Yes, it's an art.
It is, yeah, definitely.
So that Roger, of course, experienced autocross in the nationals. This is going to be to the national championships. He's qualified for that, so we're incredibly proud of our Rog.
Yeah, very good.
And it's his first time in the nationals, but yeah, I think his general pace here that he's been doing in the sim has been reflected in his real life racing as well.
Yeah. No, that's a real achievement. Good effort.
Yeah. He's a great man as well, George. He's a lovely, lovely man, great family man. His kids are great, lovely people. I'm fortunate for me, you know, you try and meet people out of your team. Everybody's so spread out, but I've had the pleasure of meeting Roger a couple of times. It's always a pleasure.
So you can literally throw a very small handkerchief or a double Rizzler over these guys.
There's still nothing in the times at all.
Well, there's only 0.66 of a second, which covers all three of these. That's really not enough for an entire car, you wouldn't have thought, but never mind.
Moving this with Carl, sticking with these to see the toes, not letting them get away from him. With his little bit of extra pace that he's got now, and his absolute great composure. He's been great composure around the circuit.
He is being very, very mature with his drives, probably through the whole of last season as well. So I think that was Sam Blees on the sim chat saying he's boxing this lap. Oh no, Chenonnier is already in for the other class.
Oh, Roger's got it as well.
And Sam has sold them a puppy.
Sheepdog.
So Sam has gone around again. I don't think he sold him a puppy. I don't think there was anything nefarious in it, but he saw Matt Elmore dive to pit road and he said, I'm not doing that at the same time as the guy that's in front of me.
Sam's famous for doing great calls on pit stops.
Yeah.
It's time after time. So now, who knows what's going to happen, because you never know, you can't call it for Sam on a pit stop. He's just
what I think might happen here as our GT4 leader and Yarrick go to pit road, but Wobbly and Simon don't. What I think is going to happen is Sam will absolutely gun it. He'll pull a massive gap on Carl Hardy in a very short amount of time, I would think. And make sure he is head, shoulders, and all of the rest of it ahead of who boxed?
Oh,
I think now Matt Elmore. By the time he comes back out again.
Well, he'll certainly be trying that, but with the toe, you know, Carl will be eyeballs, you know, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
See what happens.
So Wobbly inherits the lead of the race overall and obviously the GT4 field.
Interesting that Simon stayed out.
And Simon's pulled onto the back of his car, onto the back of Wobbly's car, really. Because there was a bigger gap than that before. Obviously, there was a BMW in the gap, so.
Would have been next time. Here comes, oh, look at this. These two are really going for it. That was great to see. Look at the way he came out there sideways.
He was absolutely nailing it, wasn't he?
Wow, yeah, it really was. That was wonderful.
Here we go. Sam Blees, pit road.
So, Carl's in the lead. He hasn't come in, and we're going to do a lap in front. Yay!
Yeah. Points for leading laps.
Come on, Captain. Way to go. Martin in 4. This is fantastic. Very unfortunate about our poor David. And what happened to Shane?
Car for these two, so they're boxing this lap, so they're both in. Now you don't often get people. Yeah, you don't often get people pitting that close to the car in front, just in case they hit the brakes or crash or anything like that. It's a narrow aperture, isn't it, with no place to pass? But there's loads of cars in the pit road at the minute. You can see them all there. That has to be Russell's car because it says "We're racing" on the front of it.
Well, Martin's in there. That was the safeguard car.
It was, yeah. So let's see where everybody filters back out. So there's a bit of a bigger gap here between Dominic and Yarrick. Dominic must have had a better stop or just did better in laps and out laps. Actually, talking out my hole, they did. Well, Yarrick was one half of a second slower over the course of his pit stop. And look at that, Simon.
Oh.
And look at this. This is going to be super close for all of them here.
Oh, goodness me, look at this.
And Simon is going to
Simon's
nearly
gonna get
get
it.
the lead.
Cold tyres.
Cold tyres. He's not going to manage it, is he? Or is he?
Oh.
Look at Wobbly. Wobbly's having a piece of this.
He's got
massive
the
toe.
line. Simon's got the line.
Three into this. One doesn't go.
Into the bus stop, 3 wide.
Oh, wow.
Dominic got shattered
And
there.
Simon's gone wide.
Whoa.
So, 4th to 1st in one pit stop, Alan, for Simon Trendle.
Amazing. Amazing. But look where he found that pace to cut through there and get into, you know, I've seen him do this quite a few times now. He's so shrewd and he reached the race so beautifully. But now, so this is a completely different situation. We don't know what's going to happen now. These four are still together, but they've been rearranged quite nicely.
So, this is your captain leaving pit road. Where's he going to be in relation to all the others? He's in the lead.
Oh, your fingers crossed. Got your fingers crossed. He's going to come out in front.
He's in the lead.
Come on!
Pit stop hard on. Gets it done.
Hard to believe we're so bad at pit stops normally. Going into shock here.
Well, this is probably one of the most interesting races in this class I've seen from I don't know, ages. Look at this as well. Martin Brennan's not happy about being behind Matt Flannery. He says, I'm having that back. Not this lap though. He's given best into the bus stop. Probably wise.
They're both driving really well, so
yes.
Good to see. Oh, here we go again. Look at this.
Oh my word.
Oh.
Oh, Simon!
Oh, Simon!
Oh. On his own, he's going to be furious. I don't think there was any interference. You can see this from above, maybe, just to be sure. Oh no, he's miles away from him. He got a big bounce.
You don't think it was a bit of net code or something?
No, that was just bounce off a curb. He is going to be furious with that.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's it's a shame as well. He's going to have to put his he's going to have to get back into gear and concentrate. It's not all lost.
No, he's 9 seconds behind looking at it, or maybe 10. Hopefully he's not damaged. That's the only thing.
Yes. No, he did it at the wall. You can never tell, Pete, with when you hit the wall whether it's going to be you're going to get away with it or not. But
yeah.
I don't think it's had it doesn't look like it's been meatball, does it?
No, it doesn't. I'm just validating what my teammate has said in the chat, and he might be right. So he said that with a pit stop which is 4 seconds shorter, well, he said 2 seconds, but it's actually 4, than everybody else that's in the lead of the TCRs. But which lap is he going to run out of fuel before the end? But this is
He won't run out of fuel.
Oh, there we go. Fighting talk from Sir Alan. He won't run out of fuel. Excuse me. This is Martin and Matt Flannery again. These guys are going to have to get a room before the end of the race.
Well, I should maybe amend that and say I don't think he would have run out of fuel if he was still running with everybody else and fuel saving to get him through. But if he's off the back now and onto he's lost 12 seconds and he's got to try and make that up, so his fuel saving opportunities are a bit bent.
Yes, exactly that. looking at the behaviour of these three going through the bus stop just then, these three are absolutely nailing it. The cars were all, there was 3 different lines taken through the bus stop just to try and get an advantage.
There'll be some fearsome grins going off in there.
Oh yeah, I think there'll be some swear words flying about as well.
This is just what they love, isn't it? I mean, what could be better for drivers of this quality than to have a couple of people to actually go for it with?
Well, says it to me when I start getting annoyed in the officials. He says, you turned up for a race, didn't you? And that's what these 3 are doing at the minute.
3 different cars, astonishing. Oh no, we've got 2 BMWs. We've got 2 BMWs.
At the front of the field, you know, the car that's not on pace. Whatever.
Split by the Mercedes, the brand new, hot as anything, Mercedes.
All right, we'll say good evening to Fiona, who's going to go and do something else and watch the end of the race later. See if it comes back. Oh!
Okay.
Should be back. Then we're just in time to see Yarrick and Wobbly come together spectacularly.
Yep, sorry guys. It's not the storm, it's just OBS decided to crash. So this is the crash. Talking about crashes.
Yes.
Yeah,
well,
so
you did warn us, Sam. You did warn us, mate.
I'd have to say that is...
A tenner.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a tenner, definitely. But I'd have to see that 600 times. So Wobbly is literally wobbly, and then Yarrick drifts out into him. So there's a bit of both going on, but I think that's on Yarrick, probably. That hands definitely a win unless he crashes to Yarrick, to Dominic Sawicki. Wobbly has dropped. Wobbly's in the pits. He's reset the car. I think he's done. And I don't think he's very happy on Discord. So, Carl is still leading the TCRs. These 2 are kind of queuing up behind him at the minute. So Matt Elmore and Sam Blease stacked up behind him.
Come on, Carl. Oh, I wish you could see this. Like captain's in the front, I can't see it.
If he wins this, he'll just be playing it on loop for the next 6 weeks, won't he? I suppose the only issue for Carl is the 2 behind him are rapid drivers, super rapid.
Yes.
Anthony says, time for Carl to use his wideness. If you believe David Ayres, then there's plenty of it to go about. There you go. Stefan on his recovery drive, making his way through the TCRs. That was the TCR. Oh, hang on. Yep, pass for the lead in TCR. So that's Matt Elmore through on Carl. Wonder if Carl can repay that favour. They've got Lucky Wookie Walker approaching at speed behind them. And Sam Blease threading the needle under Carl, but it's not done yet because I think Carl is going to have the better line through the toe of the boot.
Okay, well, I can see because I've got iRace. I've got YouTube on. So at least I can see now. That's good. Bit out of time with you though, so the delay is a bit of a nightmare.
There you go, and you should have my stream back. Completely forgot it went out on Discord as well.
No.
Yeah, it's up, Sam. Yeah, well done.
So Carl Hardy under quite a lot of pressure now from Sam Blees. And Matt Elmore is starting to check out. I believe that Carl possibly has either too little fuel, as Gary was saying, or didn't change his tyres, which is an error at Watkins because of so many high-speed corners. Those fronts just get scrubbed bald.
Yes. Well, you could well be right. It could be down to him forgetting to turn the tyres on, of course, being Carl. So, if he didn't change them, it wouldn't be surprising me if he took the gamble.
Right.
But I think it would be a bit of a bit of a risk, really, because, you know, like you say, Matt and Sam are fast. No, Matt's holding off Sam at the moment, so...
That was lots and lots of grass from... was that Russell? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're racing! So we've got it looks very, very similar. Some would say exactly the same. It's a race at the front, only in a slightly different shuffled order, because that's not Carl Hardy. That's Martin Brennan, Russell Cowell, and Matt Flannery. It is not Carl Hardy, Matt Elmore, and Sam Blees. As Eric Nebula tries to pass all three of them on one straight, he's hoping for.
I'm surprised if he can't do it, to be honest, the way he's driving.
He's thought better of it. Russell doesn't want him overtaking, so he's making his car the same width as a Leyland Route Master at the minute. And he's trying to do the overtake at the same time, so Yarek's going to get impatient. Carl is really fighting this. He's doing a great job of keeping this in.
He's going to try, honestly, he'll try his absolute guts out. He will. But, you know, but he will give in gracefully. He will. He won't go and he'll always be a gentleman, but he'll do his very, very best. He will. Very honourable, Matt. Martin's doing great. It's wonderful to see him right in the thick of things like this. This is where I'm used to seeing Carl in the thick of things, but I'm not used to seeing Martin in the thick of stuff like this. This is great.
Yeah, and we've got hang on, Simon Trendle, I think that is, threading his way through these three at the same time as Martin's trying to defend a position.
It's always interesting when the two fields are running through each other, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
You can never call what's going to happen.
See, that's both the good and the bad side of what we used to have as IMSA on iRacing. It was good to have, in my opinion, to have the faster class making their way through the slower class. It's just a lot of people didn't get on with it very well. I think they'll soon realise they've lost a dynamic that they can only get now in the MOAR, or rather that's been relabelled as IMSA actually, and it's a 2-hour race now instead of a regular 30-minute one.
2 hours is a very big different affair from a half-an-hour race.
Oh, very much so, yeah, absolutely agree. Martin Brennan very wide there, leaving the top of the boots. This is the front three. I'll keep reminding you because it's the same liveried cars. Mine, sorry, not mine. Carl Hardy isn't getting dropped.
No, he's no.
So maybe his tyres are fine.
He's making very good use of the toe as well. He's very good at keeping in the toe. Experienced chopping these days. And he knows about the toe around here. He knows where he needs to be, and he's keeping in there and getting all the help from these guys in front of him. They're doing 25% of the work. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe he's managing to save some of the fuel that he's not managed to get in the car in the pit stop.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
It might just make the difference on that last half a lap.
Ollie Ricks makes his way carefully through at the bus stop.
That's one, Ollie.
He's going to have to get a wriggle on because these guys are going to be on him in the chute. The TCR slightly faster in the chute. Front wheel drive car. He's done it though. It's probably about even, to be fair.
It's a very mean machine, that Aston.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
What a beastie.
I suddenly wouldn't give it back if someone gave me one.
No. Oh, very nice to go and look at it in the garage.
Yeah. Wipe it with a towel every so often.
Yeah, certainly couldn't afford the insurance.
Or the fuel at the minute.
I've got about 30 years. No, I've got, I don't know, 200 years no claims. I think it was.
200 years. Will not affect your premium at all if you get an Aston. Right, this is very on. Matt Elmore, has he got a slowdown? That's too much to lose in such a short time. I think he's got a slowdown from turn 1.
It could have, because it's easy. It's easy to pick one up around here.
Yeah, it is.
New scan, they've made a lot of these corners just a little bit tastier than they were.
Yeah. Sorry, I need to correct myself from the beginning of the race. Don't know, this is a remap track, but they haven't corrected where we do the rolling start from. So there you go. Brennan really wanting to go. He was hoping Matt Flannery would come across there so he could get the inside line, but that never happened. Ooh, that's close.
Dangerous place to try and get by. You can see why anybody would want to, but hairy old business. But it just shows you Martin trying, and that's what we want to see.
Yeah, he wants to try and get on the right-hand side of Matt Flannery's car, but Matt Flannery nails it to the right-hand side every time he comes up the hill, so not getting that opportunity at the minute.
And his timing screen, so why is that? 51. Have we lost our Andy?
Andy?
Yeah, his little timing thing is. Oh, there it is. It's come back to life.
Ah, right, okay. I was going to say he's still on track. There he is.
Yeah, stopped counting his doodah. Come on, Andy, lad. It's always, it's a great addition to the team. Not the fastest driver in the world, but great to have in your Discord. Do anything for you. Lovely man. It's great to see him out on the track and driving so well, because we were all a lot wobblier than this couple of seasons ago.
Stephen Walker versus Roger Morton for 8th place, sorry. Roger's got it at the minute. Stephen wants it. Aston Martin versus Mercedes.
Well, the new Mercedes, all full of adrenaline. And Stephen, of course, and we know how good Stephen is, and he's got a great car underneath him.
Yeah, on board with them at the minute.
So Roger will do very well to keep Stephen behind him. He will, but let me tell you, Roger's a great defensive driver. He is. I think he learned it on the grass because honestly, he's hard to get by when he gets determined.
Well, Stephen walking through. Roger might formulate some sort of response to that going up the hill again. But we saw that Carl Hardy has not been dropped by the top two in TCR. That's very close to the wall there for Stephen Walker, but close is close enough. That'll be doing it.
Matt and Carl both did better laps than Sam then, so he's doing them a favour, giving them a bit of tow, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's
Here
great
they
to
are.
see Carl right on the lap times. He's bang on the lap time for these guys. They're not going to drop Carl. He's on their time.
Yeah, Andrew Littler stayed well to the left there. Came out of the gas and let them all through.
Smart driving by Andy. It's not going to be splitting those three. So where's Rick? 36, so they're, that gap's still going out, isn't it? So the three guys, Sam and Matt and Carl, are still pulling out a gap on Russell and Matt.
Yeah, it's an increasing gap, so it's 8.3 seconds, 8.4 seconds, and it's increasing each lap. Not by much, but enough. But this has been going on all race, and it'll carry on right to the very end, I would think. They do need to, these two behind need to have a response for Sam Blease so he doesn't run away. Martin Brennan putting his car into the non-favourable side for the toe of the boot. Sorry, the heel of the boot.
He's not going to get around in there, but just putting your nose in front lets people know you're there.
Yeah, it puts them offline ever so slightly, which sometimes can be enough. Narrow the amount of angle they've got to turn into the corner and you get an advantage. Now then, Matt Elmore only had one option there, and that was to go to the outside. He's going to bail out of it, but he's shallowed the corner for Sam Blease, which will slow him down a little, maybe. Although, you look at that and you think, nope.
I think they've probably got the control so they can actually do a couple of different lines through there that suits them the best.
Yeah,
they have one line, but I suspect they've got a bit more choice about it.
Yeah, Sam squared off the chutes a bit better there and got a better drive off it for the little straight that follows. This is messy.
Ooh.
Oh no, Chenonnier making his way through.
Oh, well done.
Two TCRs now side by side, and Martin Brennan's taken that position from Matt Flannery.
Followed Arno through there. Well done. So now this is going to put Matt on his metal here. So what's going to happen?
Jacob Yates asking about Ollie Ricks. Ollie had a bit of an incident at the start and has been kind of recovery driving the entire race so far. He's in the middle of the TCR field at the minute. Chasing this group, actually.
He's down, but he's not quitting. Ollie's a fighter, isn't he? He's a racer.
Absolutely. That's the GT4 race leader right behind them. He's got a 7-second lead. Carl's not happy because he's lifted him out of the corner.
Carl, doesn't want to get gout. He's don't want to get gout. So,
No, the toe is everything in the TCR. Now, Simon Trendle has caught Yarrick.
well, I thought Simon would get back.
Yeah.
He's now under time pressure if he's going to do anything. Because unbelievably, this race is winding down incredibly quickly.
Yeah, we've got about a minute left.
Yeah, it's astonishing. It's just flown.
There'll be a white flag waved probably this lap. The closest importance battle, if you want to term it that, is right at the front here. And the TCRs. In fact, in that one shot there, we had the fight for the lead of TCR and the fight for second in GT4. So it's all coming to a head here. Let's see if there's a man waving a flag madly on the start finish.
Yes.
I think there was.
This is it. Come on. Bring our own guys.
Make your moves now, because this is it.
Well, Dominic's doing a fantastic drive now, I think, to stave these folks off in his second race.
Yeah, that's a good result. I mean, the two BMWs had a big coming together.
Yes.
That might rumble on for a while. Hopefully not, but... Oh, here we go. 3 into the bus stop.
Oh, here we go.
Touch.
Oh, yeah, nothing nasty.
Nothing nasty, just a bit of door-to-door. Matt Elmore saying, I am definitely here. Simon Trendle wants to put another position on him. Yeah, Matt Elmore is wringing its neck at the minute. I think probably Carl's got more in the locker at the minute as well. Sam Blease is definitely being made to race for this. This could end messily with these two fields together at this point in the race.
Oh, I've got nothing but confidence in these chaps to do awesomeness.
Well, the TCRs won't want to be lifted off their positions by the GT4s.
Ooh, I'm holding my breath. That looked a bit tight through there, didn't it?
It did, but it gave good room.
Yeah, no, it's really great driving, very aware driving, and skillful, and it's what you'd expect, frankly.
All right.
If anything else, I'd be surprised.
Dominic Sawicki takes the victory for GT4, and Sam Blease does the same in TCR right behind him.
Amazing. Well, fantastic race. Oh, totally unpredictable.
Yeah, this is the Martin Brennan battle with Matt Flannery.
Martin's, he's going to hold on. There's no way going to get by him now. There's no.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, I've got nothing but faith in this. He's going to not make a single error, and he's going to lead him home. Matt's going to be happy.
Sealed now.
See? Nah, no way he's getting by him. Well, that's a great result for Martin. Well, we're well happy, aren't we? Calm, Martin. Goodness me.
Yeah.
Great race by Yarrick.
Fantastic race.
Fantastic. Out of nowhere. Simon there. Pulled it back. Uncharacteristic or off track from him.
So yeah.
Pity we lost.
Fantastic
Pity we
race.
lost Wobbly at the end.
Yeah. These things happen. It can't work out perfectly every time, can it? So
no. And I'm sure he'll be back. Full
Right
of
then.
fight.
So, your GT4 finishing order for tonight. Dominic Stawicki took the plaudits for Fiercely Forward. Great result for Dominic in his second race in this league. Yorick Sebula finished in second place for Semper Racing. Simon Trendle finished third for Team Chimera. Fourth was Chris Needham for RWC Racing Red, and his teammate Arnaud Chenonnier came home right behind him in fifth. So that's good points for RWC. Jamie Wilson finished sixth for Team Chimera, with Jason Haddington finishing seventh for RWC Racing Blue. Stephen Walker finished eighth for Spectre 6. I think he started from fourth, or qualified in fourth, or something like that. So we'll have to have a chat with him if he's in the booth. Roger Morton finished ninth for Work Got By Result. Ollie Ricks 10th for Result Clothing. 11th was Stefan Goebel for VTS Esports, and Wobbly retired for 12th place for BSTV Esports Pink.
Podium for Carl. Marvelous.
Podium for Carl. So TCR finishing order for Season 9, Race 2 of the GT4 TCR Challenge. Sam Blees takes home the win for Alpine Stars Geodesic Racing Black. Second was Matt Elmore for Spectre 6 TCR. And the bottom step of the podium was Carl Hardy for Safeguard by Result. Fourth was Russell Cowell for Spectre 6. Martin Brennan finished fifth for Safeguard by Result. Sixth was Matt Flannery for Alpine Stars Geodesic. JB Dejoux finished seventh on screen at the minute for LMT Racing. Andrew Littler finished eighth for Spyro by Result. Shane Powell was ninth for Spectre 6 Solo. And last and 10th and rejected because of his internet, I think, David Ayres for Result Clothing iRacing Team. Frantic and eventful race.
Yes.
It's just craziness, that. Unbelievable level of competitive racing. It's one of the best races I think I've ever seen at Watkins Glen.
It was, yeah, I loved every minute of that. It set off really well, and then with a bit of disaster, just an early salter, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, definitely.
And,
A bit of coming together with the two BMWs. So we'll have to see how that pans out. It was certainly ridiculously competitive up to that point, and we'll understand what's happening with that later. We've got a few people in for interviews. Are you up for interviews, or are you wanting to take the back seat for this one, Alan?
No, I'll do one. I always do one.
Oh,
I,
So I think the best thing to do here, given who's in the interview room at the moment, is bring in Matt Elmore, who got himself a second place tonight after a frantic, literally 60 minutes worth of fighting with Sam Blees and Carl Hardy. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Do you need a nap?
I need a shower.
I bet.
Yeah, it's a bit Betty Swallows, isn't it?
Yeah, that was insane.
That looked insane. Tell us about the insanity.
Well, I've done absolute loads of practice with Carl this week, and we've been literally, there's been no gap in our times whatsoever. So I knew I was going to be on a race with Carl, and I thought Sam was going to drive off unless I could stick with him. I didn't know whether I made the right choice to go in or try and make the move on him, which I managed to do. And I don't know whether it was the right thing to do or not. It turns out it probably was. I tried doing it again towards the end of the race, but the GT4, they were just coming through at the wrong time to try and make the move, if I could make it.
Yeah, that was a proper tasty finish with the three of you fighting for position, and second and third GT4 fighting for position coming through your field. So that was a bit crazy.
Yeah, I think we were 3 wide, or it looks like from my car we were 3 wide coming down on the last lap, or lap for last.
You were literally 3 wide going into the bus stop. And
Yeah.
and I think I need to extract my own chair from my proverbials, because I was right chewing it. But in terms of entertainment, what a race! In terms of your finishing position, that's going to do you no harm in the championship, is it?
I can't remember whether it's my PB or not. I can't remember whether. I think I was. I know I was lucky enough once for a couple to crash and get a lucky second, but
Well, this wasn't lucky because nobody in front of you crashed.
yeah, no, I'll take that.
No Spencer here tonight, so I think that will definitely promote you up into second place. But you might have a bit of a challenge catching Sam because he'll have pulled out a little bit of a bigger gap now.
Yeah, he's insanely fast. I think I said last week, if Spencer doesn't do the all the races, my realistic goal is to try and get second in the championship. But I mean, if I can get top 4, I'll be happy. Russ hasn't found his feet yet, but it's only a matter of time before he gets his pace up. And Carl's just yeah, he's stupid quick this season. So I think it's going to be a three-way battle for second.
Yeah, building for Carl through last season as well, wasn't it? He wasn't fighting just in front of me anymore. He was fighting up with you and Gary and Sam and Spencer instead. And I just thought, yeah, he's turned up the wick now.
Exactly. Not only that, we've got Shane back now. So once Shane finds his feet, I think he made the wrong decision jumping in on this one because he literally decided this evening he was going to do it and only went in the tune on qualifying. But come next week, I think he's going to be back right up there. So,
Yes.
So that anybody you'd like to shout out to celebrate with for your second place tonight?
yeah, you guys for hosting, all my teammates, everyone's racing against Sam and Carl especially, and the water board for supplying the water for the shower I'm just about to take.
Awesome stuff. In that case,
Yeah,
in that case, we'll see you next time out.
cheers.
Yeah. Good night.
Cool. Right, so we might as well sort out this TCR podium by bringing in our race winner. Now he's in the interview room. Sam, please, good evening.
Hello, Pete.
How tired are you?
Yeah, pretty knackered. Didn't make me work for that one.
That looks insane. I think I've rarely seen a race at the top where 3 drivers have been scrapping for 60 minutes solid. Even the pit stops didn't separate you that much. The order certainly changed when you came out of the pits, but you overcame the challenges.
Yeah, it just ebbed and flowed, and it was it reminded me a bit of Silverstone last season or the season before, where it was just crazy always. So it was just I couldn't get away, but I could stay in the draft, and I think it was the same for all the other two. So there wasn't much point in saving anything really. The strategy seemed pretty similar, so it just ended up a dogfight for an hour, which was great. It was really good fun. It was hard work. And yeah,
it looked remarkably clean as well. There was a bit of door rubbing maybe here and there, but no like drama.
No, nothing. I got 0x for the whole race.
0, right? Okay.
Wow, fantastic, Sam.
Yeah, we had the odd nudge here and there, had a little bit of a rub on the straight, but nothing even remotely worrying. So yeah, it was a cracking race, and yeah, it's great to see Matt and in particular Carl, just because Matt's been up here before racing with us a bit more, and Carl's been making that sort of those steps forward to get up to us. So it's great to have a real full on race with these guys on equal terms, and from my point of view, quite nice to win too.
Well, absolutely. I should point out that the 3 of you owe me an equal share of my blood pressure medication for going 3 wide into the bus stop at least twice.
That's fine. Yeah. We can sort that out later.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Brilliant. Where are you next time? I don't even know.
Sandown.
Ooh, it's a new track. That's going to be a bit tasty. So, have you done any laps there? Do you even own it?
I've bought it. I did about 5 laps. And it's going to be difficult. It's fun. I think it's going to be good fun. I think it's going to get messy quite quickly because it's sort of wide and wide and wide, and then really, really narrow, and then wide again. And all the curbs are like cliffs. But you kind of have to hit them.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah, V8 track all over it, isn't it? So
yeah, absolutely. So you'll have cars on 2 wheels for half a lap, and yeah, it should be good fun. It should make for a good broadcast, if nothing else.
Stuff. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to? Obviously not Spencer because he couldn't be bothered to turn up tonight. But
No.
Anybody else?
I would like to say again, very good job to Carl and to Matt. That was an excellent race. That was really good fun, and it wouldn't have been so fun without you guys. So thank you very much. I'd like to shout out my teammate Matt Flannery for his best ever finish in 6th. And as ever, you guys for putting on an excellent broadcast, which I'm very much looking forward to watching tomorrow.
Awesome stuff. In that case, congratulations on your race win again, and stretching your lead in the championship. Sam, please.
Thanks very much, guys.
Fantastic. What a race.
What a race. Right, your interview for the night is with your Capitan, Mr. Carl Hardon.
Sorry, hello.
Hello. No swearing, this is a family channel. Off you go, Alan.
I've got you, my dear. I've got you because you're all mine.
I don't mind that.
What a race! What a race! Oh, goodness. Oh, I'm absolutely buzzing.
That was a good race, that one. They had the advantage, though. Bloody new tyres, cheats.
No, we won't. You didn't change your tyres. That's where the 4 seconds came from.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great call, though, because they weren't losing you, and you got in that toe, and you just hung on there. So dogged. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Oh, them tyres were awful at the end.
I bet they were, but you weren't giving in.
Yeah, And then the 3 wide. That was funny. I was never going to go for it. I was always going to back out, but that was good.
It made for great viewing, let me tell you. It was been titanic struggles. Everybody, really close racing. Bit of tow involved, of course. Nobody able to get out of tow, and so close. It's been a fantastic race to watch, and I'm thrilled that you got a 3rd place on the podium. Really thrilled for you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
I don't
actually know what happened at the start. I have no idea what happened at the start. I was driving at the middle, and then apparently we went 3 wide.
You were lucky in the bus stop. You nearly got taken out in the bus stop on the first lap. I don't know how you got through there. There was a car that just missed you.
Yeah. I knew I had contact, but I didn't know what happened. I didn't know anything about it, really.
It was... honestly, you could have been easily wiped out. It was a bit messy, but you came through it, and you got that little, and you just shot through. And I was glad to see it happen. But then, of course, it was head down, and keeping with these really fantastic races.
Well, that helped us really, because after all of that, we had a nice little gap behind us, so we could just concentrate on the 3 of us.
Yes, and of course, what happened was an almost identical race happened behind you.
Oh, right, okay.
With Martin.
Yeah, Martin had a good run, didn't he, with Matt?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was really battling well. We've had a great night tonight, and really great to watch.
To be fair, Mr. Flannery was quite quick in both practice sessions. He's done all right this week with the old with the sessions and doing times, decent times. So I did say that to Martin as well. I said, you've got your work cut out, because he's been quick all week.
Well, it looked to me like they were having a lot of fun racing each other.
Yeah. He was a few swear words, so that pot's quite full tonight.
Well, I think we need to get on, sweetie. But has anybody shout outs and all that?
You guys, as usual. Martin for obviously his good result tonight. We had little James in the Discord with us tonight watching, so he could hear us chatting as well while the race was going on. So hello to James, because he watched the stream as well.
James. Oh, hello, James.
Yeah, so he was
Big
there with
to
us.
you, matey.
So no, all round really. You guys, all the drivers, Matt and Sam especially, that was a good race. No, cheers, lads.
Yeah, thank you very much, Carl. That was a wonderful race. Enjoyed it a lot. Thank you very much, mate.
Yeah, all right. Take care. Thank you.
Good night. Who's going to be next?
Who's going to be next?
Yeah,
there's about 6,000 of them in the interview room. I am exaggerating. But we'll see if Dominic Sawicki can A, hear us, and B, say, oh, he's there. He's taking his microphone off mute. Dominic Sawicki, good evening.
Good evening, guys. How are you doing?
Good evening.
Am I saying your surname correctly, or am I butchering it brutally?
Yeah, it's pretty common that foreigners actually butchered my name, but it's fine. I heard many actually spelling, but it's all fine.
Oh, good. At least I'm not insulting you or saying something like Dominic Cabbage or something like that. Anyway,
Yes, Sawiki is close enough, so
cool. Dramatic start to the GT4 race. Swapping places with the two BMWs that were around you from Yarek and Wobbly, and Simon Trendle stalking you all. The first lap was a bit of a show behind you, but you probably didn't know much about that until you got around to lap 2. What a race. I mean, that was drama until the two BMWs came together in the carousel, and you threaded the needle to take the lead and romp off into the sunset.
Yeah, it was, as you say, it was very dramatic, especially after the pits, because the first stint was quite easy. I think I started third and got really good start after the leader. Then, obviously, lap later, I took a lead, a bit risky move, but I wanted to lead this race, and I saw the driver let me go, so it was fine. But later it was just clean driving, bit mistakes before the pit, so I couldn't really keep like the 2 seconds gap. I saw the guys are like catching me. I had good pit. Still, the guys who pitted a lap later, they obviously refuel less, and could get in front during their pit out lap pretty much. So then we had this massive free wide into the bus stop, which was quite crazy.
Oh my god, that was ridiculous!
I just had to stop it in the middle of the racetrack because I was on outside. There was no way I could make the corner.
Yeah. Oh dear, brilliant racing! You didn't just lead it, of course. You won it. You've only been in 2 races, and you've already got the top spot tonight. How do you think you'll run? Do you even own Sandown? That's where we go next.
Yep.
Oh, excellent.
I don't know Sandown at all, so I need to do a lot of practicing.
Yeah.
It's probably new track for everyone. Maybe some like V8 geeks, they know it from different scenes or real life. But
well, I remember you being a V8 geek at one time, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
I'm going to say I shared the track with you because that's say I raced with you would be a massive exaggeration.
Oh, maybe I remember you. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was good times in V8 EuroLeague.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great cars.
That league still runs. If you want to jump into that one, V8 ESC is still it's a bit of a different format, but it still runs.
No, it's just too hardcore for me.
It's brutal, isn't it? But absolutely.
If you want to drive V8 and be competitive, you need to focus on the V8 because this car takes so much from you. You need to, practice a lot. And
it's not for the faint-hearted. It's for the hardcore sim racer.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to and thank for your amazing race victory tonight?
Shout out to Fiercely Forward. The team I was racing in with the yellow AMG, beautiful paint, and also to GTL VRT, Polish team. So big thanks to all the guys involved in helping me here.
That explains. Somebody in the chat. Anise King. So that one was obviously a call out for you, I think. So 1-2 for Poland with you and Yarek, I think that was for. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks to you guys also for the broadcast, and see you next week.
No, you are very welcome. Bring your top game to Sandown, Dom.
Yeah, take care.
Yeah, nice one, Dom.
Cool. What a nice bloke.
Yeah, he's lovely. He's lovely.
Absolutely right. Next in the booth, if he is listening and takes himself off mute, should be Yarek Sebula.
Yay!
Yay!
Hello,
There
guys.
we go. There he is.
Yay.
Get in.
Hello.
Evening, Yarek.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Oh, we're all good. We're very, very hot, and I'm sure you are as well.
Oh yes, it was a tough race, actually.
Yeah, a bit of a scrap. So there was a kind of a 4-car breakaway towards the start. Dominic, yourself, Wobbly, and Simon, as we see them on the screen. Nobody could really get away. The tow was too much. Dominic did his best, but got reined in by you all on a number of occasions. Pit stops happened, and then the carousel happened for yourself and Wobbly. Talk us through the drama of that first.
Yeah, of the carousel.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was lots of going on the chicane before that. So me and Wobbly, we kind of came out in front, I think, after that chicane. I was behind him, so I decided to kind of get on his right side. He squeezed me a little bit as well, which was fine. But then happened something which I couldn't really understand. I saw him pressing his gas pedal, so I did the same. And then suddenly he was kind of slowing down. And when I saw the replay, well, I cannot see his inputs, but when I saw the replay, I saw that he probably released the gas pedals, so which I didn't expect. And so I tried to brake, but it was too late anyway. So I am sorry for him because I didn't want it definitely, and it's not something I am really happy about. But it's too late now to move back the time.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
You're right.
So
Too
yeah,
late.
sorry, Wobbly. Again, I should react for that better, but yeah, not much I can say about.
No, it's
No, this is true. What happens sometimes just happens in the moment. But ultimately, how competitive are you in that BMW? The BMW is
Thank you.
slated to be the slowest of the GT4s. But both yourself and Wobbly have proven tonight that there's nothing sluggish about that car if it's in the right hands.
Yeah, it's hard to actually judge for me because I like BMW the most probably at the moment, and I think personally this is a quite fast car. The only thing is that it is using more fuel, I think, than others, a little bit more. Yeah, and the BMW. So you have to kind of focus on saving fuel a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
So yeah, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with that car. It's very stable and it's fast on the straights as well. So yeah, I
Oh, he's back. There we go. Was that a thunderstorm? Oh, yeah, we've got something going on the stream. So I think Sam's struggling with the atmosphere in France at the minute. Let me see if we're still talking.
I can hear you, Pete.
Yeah, we're still on the stream, so that's fine. So yeah, I mean, you've raced with us in V8s for quite a long time, Yarek.
yeah, I did.
How does this stack up in comparison to racing in the V8 ESC?
It's a bit different because the speeds are different, the cars are a lot different. I think, well, I think it's more like, especially on this race, the first half of the race, actually it was all about saving fuel. Nobody really, well, we did have a couple of fights, but after a while you do realize that there is no point to fight too much before the pit stop. Because you still, whoever will save the most will get the best exit out of the pit stop, and then the race actually started. So that is a bit different, I think, in compared to my V8 experience. Although you had to save a bit of fuel over there, but I didn't kind of focus so much about that back then. So yeah, different speeds and different cars, but
other than that, racing is racing. So it's kind
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
it's kind of different and the same in the same time, you know. So
Too
small
true.
differences.
Well, can't argue with your finishing position. Second place is a massive haul of points, and it's your first race. So
Yeah, thank you.
we have to applaud that.
Yes, indeed. In fact, I am doing.
Hey, there we go.
Thank you,
Round of
Alan.
applause there for Yorick. So, there we go.
Yeah, I'm very impressed.
Although, yeah, I have to say that it doesn't really taste that good because of that situation with Wobbly. So
But that was
I'm
just
not really,
unfortunate, you know,
I'm not really
nobody's-
very happy about that, to
Yeah.
be honest. You
Don't
know?
worry about it.
I
Well,
would
if you
definitely
come on-
rather like to finish third and keep that
Yeah.
without that situation.
If you come on and said you did it on purpose, then you'd have won a tenner. Because anybody that wipes Wobbly out is a hero in my book. But anyway, anybody you'd like to have a shout out to and thank tonight for your second place finish?
Well, as always, you guys, because you're running this league for a long time. Not only this one, also V8s. So yeah, it's really cool that you still do it. And well, who I can shout out? Actually, I can shout my wife because she let me race tonight. So
Yarrick's
so
under the thumb. Yarrick's under the thumb.
That's it.
Awesome stuff.
I hope
In
that
that
she
case,
did that.
we'll see you trying to figure out which way's left and which way's right at Sandown next week.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, cool. Have a great week and stay safe, Yarrick. Second
you too,
place
guys.
tonight. Well done.
Lovely to see you tonight, Yari. Very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, it was good to hear you, Alan, as well.
Really lovely. Yeah, fantastic, matey. You've made my evening.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
You too. Thank you, guys. So you have a good night as well, and
Thank
see you
you.
next week.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Right, so we have others to interview, Alan. If they want to be interviewed, let's see. We'll drag in Russell just to see if he's wanting an interview. Good evening, Russell Cowell.
Afternoon, gents.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Apart from being an absolute buffoon in the first lap.
You're not the only one, though. Let's face it, are you?
Well,
you do know that there was a whole host of GT4s that were parked at the side of the road just before you got there.
Yeah, I did, and to be honest, trying to go 3 wide through the first lap chicane was never going to work. Let's be honest.
It rarely works. Yeah, it rarely works.
We'd tried it in practice, and let's be honest, it never ever worked for us. But anyway,
but you thought you'd make it work in the race, is that right?
No, what happened was Carl. I thought Carl was going to stick to the back of Matt's or Cap's bumper.
Yeah.
He broke well before I thought he was going to brake, and I was like, "Oh man, I wanted to get in behind you." So now I'm having to brake, and at that point, it was like, "We're too late. We're in the corner. Oh god, I've hit a curb. My car's spinning." Hi, Dave. Thanks for taking my bumper with you.
To be fair to Dave, he got a face full of your car.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I've apologised to him because obviously he got caught up in something that wasn't anything to do with him. And Matt got a 4 times from it. Matt Flannery got a 4 times from it because obviously he sent Dave into me. But the best thing, the highlight of the night was when Stephen Walker decided to say to me, he was like, "Russ, you know your car?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You know you've got no back bumper, right?" I was like, I thought the car felt a bit dodgy, to be honest, but I carried on going. Obviously, changed it at the pit stop with the quick stop.
Yeah, we're classing that as cheating because you've reduced the weight of the vehicle.
Well, with me sat in the car, let's be honest, it's adding the weight.
Funny stuff. Hey dear, are you coming over for Croft at the weekend?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to work it out, but I needed to speak to you at some point, and needed to speak to the wife at some point, and not managed to do either. So I'll try and
Carl Hardy's cried off because he's such a bad person. He forgot it was his son's birthday.
Oh, yeah,
so he's not coming. So open invitation.
I'll order you at some point.
Cool. And have you got a free ticket? You might have if you decide to come over. Very interesting race, even if it wasn't the race you wanted. But you still finished 4th.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I was in the zone at that point. I was like, "You've messed up once. Let's get back to where you should be." trying to push. Obviously, I said to JB when he came into the room, I hope I didn't push too hard to make you feel like I'd done something. He was like, no, you were fine. And then trying to catch up to Martin and Matt having their little fun battles they're always having. I just said to them both then, to Matt, that was one of the fun races I've had. I hate this track. I can't deny that. I'm slow around here. However, having that chase kind of made the race fun. Not often that I get to start, like, not start at the back, but be at the back and work my way back up again. Usually if I'm at the back, I'm staying at the back because my pace is slow. So it felt good to catch up. I got really lucky with the GT guys, to be fair. Like, they kept catching me at the moments that helped me out massively. As I said to Matt before, it was just a good race to catch up to them guys, and then watching them two battle in front, and it was like, right, this is my opportunity. Going in the pits thinking, I've got one up on them here, I can change my tyre, I can leave, I won't change my tyres, them two will. No, they don't. They didn't change tyres either. So I was like, oh, you, I won't swear, but I swore to myself, let's say that way. And then obviously just chasing them down, it was just it was a good fun little drive, if you would, except for when you run your own, it's a little bit lonely around Watkins Glen.
It can be, because it's a massive lap, isn't it? So
yeah, especially when someone's in the tow and you just seen them pull away. It's like, oh, come on, man, just have an incident or something. Just let me catch up to you. But Martin had a brilliant race. Like, it was good to see him pushing that car as much as he could. Like I say, it just so happened that the GTs got in the way. At the moment, I was like, right, I'm coming through. I'm not waiting anymore.
Very nice of you to say that, Russell.
Yeah, everyone had a good race. I mean, look at Carlos. He's leaps and bounds this season. He's up in the where I'd like to be after last season.
Thrilled for you all. Yeah.
Most people are generally having a decent rounds. Like Matt Flannery last week out qualified me, and I was like, where have you come from?
Well, look, everyone's in the OP car now.
Well, you know, not an OP car now anymore, is it?
No. Oh dear, funny stuff. Anybody you'd like to shout out to before we let you disappear?
Yeah, you guys for putting everything on. I was in two minds whether to do this or the GT3s or both, but I'm still in two minds whether to do the GT3s.
Okay.
No, I probably will be doing them, but yeah, you guys for putting everything on, for doing the hosting and obviously having these chats with people. It's quite good to hear every week, especially when Sir Alan's in the booth. It's always good to hear him.
Russell, did you know that I'm now an official iRacing Knight?
No.
Appointed by iRacing. They've acknowledged my title.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so do you know when my name comes up on the little related board?
It doesn't say
Sir Alan. It does say
yes.
Sir Alan. Yes.
Well played, sir.
I know. I will do that.
Obviously, my teammates for pushing me each week, telling me to crack on and stop moaning, because as you know, Pete, that happens quite a lot.
No, say it isn't so.
And then all the guys that are racing, to be honest, it's generally a good weekend when Carl puts a lobby up and we all have a laugh, driving a bit of racing, crashing, destruction derby.
Surely you mean when Wobbly puts a session up?
No, because Wobbly never puts a session up, he just crashes in them.
Cool. All right. Well,
guys.
Let you back into the wild, and we will see you at Sundown for this series next.
Sundown, yes.
See you next week, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Good night, Russ.
Bye.
He's gone. And last in the queue of interviewees is our. Where did he finish? He finished in 6th place. That's a good result, actually.
Yeah,
Matt Flannery.
His best result.
Best result. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Good effort, mate.
Yeah.
There was an element of chaos at the beginning of the race in that bus stop. But beyond that, it was very, very competitive. You were thrashing it out pretty much. You were almost umbilically attached to Martin Brennan for a lot of that race. Couldn't leave him alone. Had to be in his presence. So tell us about your race.
Yeah, well, like you say, bit chaotic at the start. I really couldn't see what was going on in front of me because I was so close behind David, and unfortunately he got a little bit caught up in it more than I did. And I think avoiding that was obviously a big part of where I finished. So and after that, chased down Martin, managed to pass him for the first pit stops, and then it was back and forth with him the whole race, and Russ got involved for a little bit, but I think I had that little bit extra pace over the two of us. So Yeah, particularly when the GT4s came through. But yeah, no, it was good. Really good fun. Absolutely sweating through, but yeah,
It was a long, hard race, Matt. Honestly,
it was
hard work.
quality. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I'm sat here just chatting, and I've got even my sweat is sweating. It's just it's an uncomfortable night. Sam claims that they had hotter weather last week in France. Not a chance. This is there is no such thing as the Sahara Desert. There's just my man cave right now, which is hotter than the surface of the sun.
You can't have mine there, that's for sure.
Well, yeah. There's only room for me and my sweat. Sundown is your next destination for this series. Do you own it yet?
I do. I haven't driven it, but it's been talked up as potentially being a quality place to have a race. So I'm quite looking forward to that one.
Oh, yeah. I've got it and I haven't driven it either. So that's, we'll get on it this week. This week.
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't drive the curbs if I was you.
They're really a bit killer, are they?
Well, they hand you a guide rope just before you approach any of them, so that you can abseil your car back down the other side.
Brilliant. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be making use of some of those a few times in practice. I'll try and help them in the race, but yeah.
It might rearrange how your car looks by the end of the race if you hit too many.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in the same area as you. But yeah, great racing tonight. That is going to do you really well. Where are you currently?
I unfortunately picked up quite a few incidents. Little off tracks and stuff. I think I ended up with 9 or 10, which
right. Well, that'll shave that back a bit. Yeah.
But, you know,
you should end up with. Where did you finish sixth? You should end up with around about 40 or 50. David Ayres got binned by his internet. You scrapping with Martin Brennan. You and Martin are going to move up the table together.
Yeah. That was great. It was a great fight with you and Martin. It was really great to watch. It was really lovely to see you both going at it. And really enjoying the scrap. It was fantastic, man.
Yeah, I mean it's been good. I mean, he's just really fair, hard and fair to race. So
racing. Yeah.
So,
no,
you can go alongside and trust him to
sure
do anything. Stupid.
I think it's the same with all the field there.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think just because of that relationship between the drivers, it just makes the driving and the racing so much better.
Yeah. No, really good fun, really good battle. So hopefully we carry that one into next week.
Awesome stuff. Anybody you'd like to shout out to before we let you go back into the wild?
Just all the guys for a good race, and you guys putting on. So
awesome stuff. Thank you very much for a great entertainment tonight. You're on the broadcast tons.
Nice.
Matt Flannery.
My back. Cheers, guys. Catch you next week.
Thanks, Matt.
Cracking. Well, one of the best races I've seen at Watkins Glen.
Probably
very
the
rare.
best I've been there because I mean, do I watch? And that was great. I really think the drivers really pulled it out for us tonight.
Oh, without doubt. And just the way that the field stayed together in pockets of constant battles. Hilarious, the fact that we had 3 cars in TCR in 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, and 6 were exactly the same looking cars. That was just brilliant. Didn't know what I was looking at for half of it. Sam, you must have had a blast tonight.
Yes and no. Race was good, but keeping up with the thing was not good.
Crazy, yeah, totally. Great race, Alan. Any other superlatives you can throw at it?
No, not really. I think I'm superlative to help, to be honest. It was, but if I had a race like that every week to watch, I'm not going to be complaining. That's for sure.
No, not at all. Very quickly, because I'm aware of the time. Next week we are at Sandown. We don't have any racing across this weekend because it's the BSTV barbecue at MyGaff at Bingham Towers, and it's Croft on Sunday. So next time is next Wednesday, which will be GT4 TCR again. There are races beyond that, but we'll address that at that time. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Don't miss any of our races if you can help it. You won't want to after you've seen that tonight. And I will end the broadcast and pass you over to everybody else. So thank you for watching tonight. I'll pass you over to Alan. Sorry, what? Oh, driver of the day.
Yeah.
Driver of the
I
day.
just wondered about driver of the day.
Yeah, good call, guys. I don't usually broadcast this, do I? So I do need to be get reined in. Go on,
Okay.
go on, Alan. Have a good think and
Well,
pick someone out of the hat because I've not even thought about it.
Oh, it's easy. I'm going to give it to Yaroslav and Carl.
So Yarrick and Carl for
Yeah.
you. Is that Yarrick because he went wobbly out? Just went wobbly up a little bit more.
No, it's because he's been coming to my page for a long time, and it makes me feel good when he turns up and says hi.
Ah, right, okay, very nice, cool. So Yarrick and Carl. Carl's an obvious one. You've got to do that because he's your boss. Sam, have you got two that you can pull out of the hat?
Yeah, Dominic and Matt.
Yeah, Matt, that's a good one. Good call. I can understand why straight away. For me, Yarrick gets maximum pointage because he wiped Wobbly out. Wobbly's been messaging me the entire time we've been talking, which is kind of funny. So I'm not going to choose him. I'm going to have to go with Dominic because his second race with us, and he's got a victory. It's in the new car. It was good. It was good. A great performance. So good effort from him. And I'm going to agree with you, Sam. Matt Elmore getting a second place. That's a step forward for me. Very clean, very competitive racing with Sam and with Carl. Any one of them could have taken that away, but for me, that second place is just a little bit extra from Matt. Sorry, and brings him a little bit closer to Sam in that performance. So there you go.
Yeah,
in that case,
by everybody.
Yeah, in that case, now I really am going to close the broadcast. So thank you for watching, everybody. I'll hand you over to Alan. I'm sure there's nothing else I need to do. And thank you again. We will see you next time out. Good night.
Thank you very much, folks. It's been lovely to talk to you this evening, and I hope you'll join us next week. Can you hear my clock chiming?
Yeah.
And good night, everybody. See you next time.